So I was pushed out of my family and community when I was in my late teens, but I was still super spiritual and devout and wanted a home for my spiritual life. Then someone introduced me to Buddhism, and I got involved in a Zen Buddhist practice, which was amazing. I mean, totally the opposite of how I've been raised. Such embodied practice, such quietness, as opposed to the rich chaos of the Judaism of my upbringing. So I learned so much there, but it was a little sterile for me. I felt like it was a really useful tool, but I wanted something more. I wanted something a little more, a little richer, a little more textured. And then I was introduced to the Sufis and fell in love, totally fell in love. I mean, it was just amazing for me to see such a community that just thrives so openly on love. The way they talked about love is sort of their guiding principle, their central principle, their relationship to the divine, and the practice of whirling and twirling and dancing and chanting. When I was a kid, I would watch every in the fall time at Simchas Beis Shuvah, this big celebratory holiday. I would watch the men dance through this mechitza, through this boundary between the women and the men. I would like stand there with my eye to the boundary and watch the men just like explode with joy and like jump up and down and dance. And when I joined the Sufis, or when I first went into the Sufi mosque, like that's what I saw, and I got to be a part of it. And that was amazing to be like allowed to like let my spiritual devotion that had always been so important to me explode across my body. And so that was a really important part of my practice. And I learned so much from the Sufi community about how to be in relationship with the divine in a less frightening way. And then I ended up drifting away from them and got caught up in atheism, which was its own kind of spiritual journey. I was a very mystically minded atheist before coming back to Judaism via the OTG, or ex-ultra-Orthodox community.